Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana. I hope you all are doing very well. And in today's session, we will be discussing the most important current affairs for 26th of October 2024 along with the revision part. So on the screen you can see some important keywords and it would be our crux for the session. For example, we'll talk about the location of Rajaji-Tiger-Reserve, then we'll talk about Musi-River, in which country it flows, then we will see Korowai-tribe lives in which particular country. After that, we'll talk about Para-Swimming Championship, Amazon Future Engineer Program, Women's Indian Open Golf, and Remove Debris in Orbit Servicing, means about RISE mission. Then at last, we'll talk about Chanakya-Defence-Dialogue, okay? So without taking any further time, let's get started. The very first question is, which South Korean river project is being used as a model for the rejuvenation of the Musi-River in Telangana? The correct answer here is B option, Han River, okay? Telangana government actually aims to develop the Musi-River banks for commercial use, and it is inspired by Great Hangang Han River project of South Korea. So Han River is the fourth longest river of South Korea and it flows through Seoul. It originates from the Namhan and Bukhan rivers in eastern South Korea. The river flows through Seoul and empties itself into the Yellow Sea. The plan of Telangana was to attract private firms to develop river fronts similar to the Han River model, okay? So Han River flows through South Korea and now it is being used as a model for the rejuvenation of Musi-River in Telangana. Talking about Musi-River, which Indian state is the Musi-River primarily associated with? Answer here is Telangana. And if we talk about Han River, which capital city does the Han River flow through? Answer is Seoul. What major sea does the Han River eventually empty into? So it empties itself into the Yellow Sea. And which two rivers form the Han River in South Korea? So Namhan and Bukhan rivers converge themselves to form the Han River, okay? In the next slide, we'll be talking about some international current affairs. First is Pars-1 satellite was launched by which country? Pars-1 satellite belongs to Iran. Which country has recently assumed the chair of the Colombo process for the term 2024 to 2026? This is the country India. Recently, which country became the first to include the right to abortion in its constitution? Here it is the country France. Tel Amr is located in which region? This region is found to be in Palestine. Shaheen 2 missile is developed by which country? This is a missile of Pakistan. Which European country has allowed carbon transport and sub-seabed storage for certain industries? This is the country Germany. And FATF means Financial Action Task Force was established in which year? FATF was established in the year 1989. Okay. Question number 2 here is, Rajaji-Tiger-Reserve, which was recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? So what is the location of Rajaji-Tiger-Reserve? It lies in C option, Uttarakhand. Why this tiger reserve came into news? Because the Wildlife Panel of Union Environment Ministry has delayed the approval for NHAI's 4-lane project that passes through two of the tiger reserves in Uttarakhand. First one is Rajaji Tiger Reserve and second is Shivalik Elephant Reserve. Okay. So this highway actually aims to connect Najibabad to Kodwar. Najibabad lies in UP and Kodwar lies in Uttarakhand state. And if we talk about Rajaji National Park, it is a crucial habitat for tigers, leopards, and here more than 300 bird species are also found. The reserve spans in Haridwar, Dehradun and Pauri Garhwal region that covers nearly 820 square kilometers in the Shivalik range as well. It is named after freedom fighter Raja Gopal Chari and it has high species diversity due to its unique location. Also don't forget that it is the part of Terai Arc landscape. Okay. So what is the location of Rajaji Tiger Reserve? It is found to be in Uttarakhand. Also you can be asked that what is the location of Shivalik Elephant Reserve? So correct answer is Uttarakhand, okay. And why both of these reserves came into news? Because Union Environment Ministry has delayed the approval for the National Highway Authority of India's 4-lane project because it was passing through both of these reserves in Uttarakhand, okay. Talking about Rajaji Tiger Reserve, this reserve was officially established in 1983. And which river flows through Rajaji Tiger Reserve? Answer is Ganga River, okay. And now, which two countries share the Terai Arc landscape? These are the countries India and Nepal. What is the primary focus of the Terai Arc landscape? Primary focus is tiger and elephant corridors. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about locations of important places that were in news. Recently, which country inaugurated the world's third largest mosque, Jama al-Jazair? This mosque was inaugurated in Algeria. Azores Island, which was seen in the news, is located in which ocean? It is found in Atlantic Ocean. Afenase Nikitin seamount lies in which ocean? Answer is Indian Ocean. Next is Naina Tivu Island is located in which one of the following strait? It is located in Park Strait. Galathes Bay is located in which island of India? It is found to be in on Great Nicobar Islands. Barents Sea is a marginal sea of which ocean? This is Arctic Ocean. Chug Valley, which was seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? This valley is in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Question number 3 is, the Korowai-tribe primarily resides in which country? Correct answer here is B option, Indonesia. Why this tribe came into news? Because an Indian travel blogger recently visited the Korowai-tribe of Indonesia and he shared the experience online. That's why it was very much in news. And this tribe lives in the southeastern part of Papua New Guinea and Indonesia. They are deeply connected to the forest for survival. They basically hunt and gather food from the forest, and they are known for their tree houses, which are 8 to 15 meters high, and maximum their height is 45 meters. So the tribe had a little contact with the outside world until 1975. They value equality and they have no hierarchy. While historically they are linked to cannibalism, this practice has largely faded over time now. Okay, so Korowai tribe primarily resides in the country Indonesia. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about important art and culture related current affairs. The first one is, Bora Caves is located in which Indian state? Bora Caves is found to be in Andhra Pradesh. Karma festival is primarily associated with which ritual? This is harvest and tribute to the Karam tree. Bhojshala complex, sometimes seen in the news, is situated in which Indian state? Answer is Madhya Pradesh. Mahakaleshwar temple, recently seen in the news due to temple collapse, is located in which Indian state? Location of Mahakaleshwar temple is Madhya Pradesh. Vishalgarh fort is located in which Indian state? This fort is in Maharashtra. Next is, Koko-Borok language is recognized as one of the official state languages of which Indian state? Now it is the official state language of Tripura. Ajrak textile craft is mainly associated with which state? Answer is Gujarat. Okay. Question number 4 is, where was the All India Civil Defence and Home Guards Conference held? Answer is A option, Gandhinagar. Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the 14th edition of All India Civil Defence and Home Guards Conference at Mahatma Mandir in Gandhinagar in the state of Gujarat, and this conference was held after 19 years. More than 60 senior officials and 1200 members from different states participated in this event, and the focus here was on discussing the draft Civil Defence Bill and Model Home Guard Bill. So this conference aims to enhance the efficiency through modern technology in civil defense and home guard operations in across India. Okay, so what was the venue for All India Civil Defense and Home Guards Conference? Answer is A option, Gandhinagar in the state of Gujarat. Fine. In the next slide, let's talk about important summits and conferences. Recently, which institute hosted the All India Research Scholar Summit 2024? Answer is IIT Madras. Recently, where was the 3rd annual conference on M&D awareness, care and management held? This conference took place in Nimhans in Bangalore. Recently, where was an inaugural summit on clean cooking in Africa held? This summit took place in Paris. Recently, where was the 15th ITU Kaleidoscope Academic Conference held? Answer is New Delhi. Recently, where was the first India Gulf Cooperation Council Foreign Ministers meeting held? This is Riyadh. Recently, where was the 4th meeting of Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee on United Nations Plastics Treaty held? This is Ottawa in Canada. Recently, which country hosted the G20 Second Employment Working Group meeting? So this meeting was hosted by Brazil country. Okay. Question number 5 is, which state won the National Paraswimming Championship 2024 with 392 points? The winner state is Karnataka. Karnataka won the 24th National Paraswimming Championship with 392 points. Maharashtra was at the second position with 378 points, and Rajasthan was at third position with 248 points. And the venue for National Paraswimming Championship was Panaji in the state of Goa. Okay, so two things are important. First of all, what was the venue for this championship? Venue was Goa. And which are the top 3 states in this championship? The first one is Karnataka, second is Maharashtra, and the third one is Rajasthan. Okay, now if we see some static facts regarding these states, first of all, let's talk about Karnataka. There is a famous ancient theatre from Karnataka, and it is known as Yakshagana. Many times Yakshagana has been asked in your examination. Okay, now name Karnataka's UNESCO World Heritage Site featuring ancient ruins. This is the Hampi. Which river majorly contributes to the agriculture of Karnataka? It is the Kaveri River. Okay, now talking about Rajasthan state, the famous fort of Rajasthan, which is known for its UNESCO World Heritage Site status, is the Jaisalmer Fort. Main festival that is celebrated here in Rajasthan's Pushkar city, it is the Pushkar Camel Fair. Okay, and which desert primarily covers Rajasthan? It is the Thar Desert, right? Also, which annual festival draws numerous tourists to Goa in February? It is the Goa Carnival. Fine. Now in the next slide, let's talk about important sport related current affairs. The first one is, who won the gold medal in the men's single tennis title at the 2024 Paris Olympics? This is here Novak Djokovic, who's from the country Serbia. Which country won the gold medals in both the men's and the women's categories at 2024 Chess Olympiad that was held in Budapest? This is India. Which country hosts the 9th edition of ICC Women's T20 World Cup? Answer is UAE country. You have to tell me which country was the winner in this championship. Recently, which country won Kawa Women's Volleyball Nations League 2024? This is India. Recently, who has made history by becoming the first Indian to be elected as the president of the Olympic Council of Asia? It is Randhir Singh. Recently, who has been appointed as the new head coach of junior men's hockey team? It is PR Srijesh. Where was the Asian Squash Doubles Championship 2024 held? Answer is Johor in the country Malaysia. Fine. Question number 6 is, which organization has recently launched the Amazon Future Engineer program in 50 Eklavya model residential schools? The correct answer is A option, NEST. Full form is National Education Society for Tribal Student. Okay, so NEST in collaboration with Amazon launched the third phase of Amazon Future Engineer program in total 50 Eklavya model residential schools, and this program was implemented in schools in across different states like Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Telangana and Tripura. It focused on training in emerging technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, block programming and coding. Students in classes 6 to 9 learned computer science fundamentals, while class 10 students engaged in project-based virtual sessions, and the objective was here to prepare the tribal students for the STEM careers through the modern technological literacy. Okay, so NEST means National Education Society for Tribal Students in collaboration with Amazon have launched the third phase of Amazon Future Engineer program in 50 Eklavya model residential school. Okay, talking about the Eklavya school, what was the primary objective behind establishing these schools in India? Basic objective was to promote the education of tribal student. In which year this school was launched in India? So they were launched in 1997 to 1998 by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Basic aim was to provide quality education to the tribal children in remote areas, and curriculum includes academic, sport and traditional art, right? So it was launched to ensure cultural preservation and empowerment. Fine. Now let's talk about some previous government schemes that were in news. Which state government recently launched Operation Smile X to rescue the child laborers? This is Telangana state. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana recently completed 10 years of implementation. Comes under which ministry? It works under Finance Ministry. AIMS Jammu was recently established under which government scheme? So it was established under Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. Mukhyamantri Harit Vikas Chhatra Vritti Yojana is launched by which Indian state? It was launched in Himachal Pradesh. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana was launched in which year? Answer is 2015. What is the main objective of PM Asha scheme recently seen in the news? Here PM Asha stands for Pradhan Mantri Annadata Aay Sanrakshan Abhiyan. Main objective was to ensure remunerative prices to the farmers for their produce. Which state government recently launched the Mukhyamantri Majhi Ladki Bahin scheme? This is Maharashtra. Okay. Question number 7 is, Which city is the venue of Women's Indian Open Golf 2024 event? The correct answer is C option, Gurugram. India recently hosted the 16th edition of Women's Indian Open Golf in Gurugram in the state of Haryana. This tournament featured 114 players from 31 nations, including 27 from India. So Indian stars included, for example, Hitashi Bakshi, Vani Kapoor, Gaurika Bishnoi, Amandeep Dal and Ridhima Dilawari. Okay, so before this, Aditi Ashok made history in 2016 because she was the first Indian to win this prestigious tournament. And if you talk about Women's India Open, it was founded in 2007 and it is India's most prestigious women's golf event. Okay, so which city is the venue of Women's Indian Open Golf this year? Answer is Gurugram in the state of Haryana. Okay, in Gurugram, don't forget that headquarters of International Solar Alliance also lie. Okay, in the next slide, let's see some important personalities that were in news. The first one is, recently which regulatory body has been awarded the Risk Manager of the Year Award 2024 by Central Banking London, UK? This award was given to Reserve Bank of India. Which state has bagged the Best State Award in 5th edition of National Water Awards 2023? It is Odisha. Recently, who has been appointed as the Director General of Sashastra Seema Bal? This is Amrit Mohan Prasad. Who has been appointed as the new Army Vice Chief? This is Upendra Dwivedi. Who has been appointed as the new chairperson of UPSC, means Union Public Service Commission recently? It is Preeti Sudan. Brian Mulroney, who recently passed away, was the former minister of which country? So he was the former Prime Minister of Canada and recently he passed away. Recently, who has been appointed as the DG of National Security Guard? This is Nalin Prabhat. Okay. Question number 8 here is, which space organization is associated with RISE mission, where RISE stands for Remove Debris in Orbit Servicing Mission? Correct answer is B option, European Space Agency. The RISE mission is a European Space Agency mission that will actually demonstrate the ability to dock with and control the orbit of geostationary satellites, and this mission aims to extend the satellite life through refueling and refurbishment. RISE will actually prevent new space debris and it promotes a circular economy in orbit. Okay, so for this purpose, European Space Agency has signed a 119 million euros contract with D-Orbit so as to co-fund the mission, and it is set to be launched in 2028. The mission will demonstrate safe docking and maneuvering of geostationary satellites. The mission will actually operate in the geostationary graveyard orbit, which is 100 kilometers above the active satellites, where old satellites are parked after completing their mission. Okay, so two things are important. The RISE mission is associated with which space organization? Answer is European Space Agency. And what is the full form of RISE here? Full form is Remove Debris in Orbit Servicing Mission. Okay. Now, if we talk about European Space Agency, in which year was this agency established? Answer is 1975. Headquarters of ESA lies in France. Fine. In the next slide, we'll talk about some science and technology related news. The first question is, Kulasikara-Pattinam spaceport is located in which Indian state? It lies in Tamil Nadu. What is the primary aim of UWIN portal? Recently seen in the news. Primary aim is to maintain an electronic registry of routine immunization. What is kleptoparasitism? Recently mentioned in the news. It is a process where one animal steals the food or the resources that another has already caught or prepared. Okay. Recently, who has been appointed as the President of Indian Vaccine Manufacturers Association? New president is Krishna M. Allah. Recently, which country has witnessed the rise of cases of zombie deer disease? This is the country USA. Which space startup company recently unveiled Project 200 at the Bangalore Space Expo 2024? It is the Bellatrix Aerospace. Which institute recently launched the electric tiller? It was launched by CSIR, Central Mechanical Engineering Research. Fine. Question number 9 is, recently the Indian Army hosted the Chanakya-Defence-Dialogue at which place? So, Indian Army hosted the second edition of Chanakya-Defence-Dialogue on 24th to 25th of October in New Delhi, and the theme was Drivers in Nation Building, Fueling Growth through Comprehensive Security. Fine. So this theme focuses on integrating the security into national and international policy making. Key participants here include the policy makers, defense personnel, scientists and speakers from different countries like US, Russia, Israel and Sri Lanka. So the event will actually explore the India's strategic goals for Viksit Bharat @2047. Okay. So you have to remember that which body has hosted the Chanakya-Defence-Dialogue. It is the Indian Army. And at which place? So answer is D option, New Delhi. Fine. Now in the next slide, let's talk about some defense related current affairs. The first question is, recently the Indian Army has conducted a strategic military exercise Parvat Prahar in which region? This is Ladakh. Recently which countries participated in bilateral Air Force exercise Udara Shakti 2024? Answer is India and Malaysia. INS Ranveer belongs to which type of class? This ship belongs to Rajput class. Durga 2, a laser weapon recently developed by which one of the following? So it belongs to DRDO. What is Pinaka Mk3 recently seen in the news? It is a kind of multi-barrel rocket launcher. Mission Divyastra is related to which one of the following missile system? This is Agni 5. INS Sumitra is what kind of vessel? This ship is a petrol vessel. Okay. Now the last question says, where was the Amravati Drone Summit 2024 held? Answer here is B option, Andhra Pradesh. Amravati Drone Summit 2024 was held in Andhra Pradesh, and basic aim here was to attract the investment in drone manufacturing and foster the discussions on drone technology. So with more than 1000 delegates attending, including the representatives from Civil Aviation Ministry and Defence Sector, the summit will showcase India's largest drone show that featured more than 5,000 drones. So this initiative is part of Andhra Pradesh government's strategy, where they are trying to establish the state as the drone capital of India, and it highlights the significance of innovation hubs in the drone ecosystem. Right? So venue for Amravati Drone Summit this year is Andhra Pradesh. Now what is the capital city of Andhra Pradesh as of 2024? This is obviously Amravati. And which river flows through Andhra Pradesh's capital? It is the Krishna River. Fine. Now which festival is celebrated in Andhra Pradesh and it is known for its procession of decorated oxen? It is the Sankranti. Fine. Now in the last slide, let's talk about some national news. First question is, what is Operation Dudhi recently mentioned in the news? It is counter-insurgency operation that are conducted by Assam Rifles. Recently, which university is opening the centers for Hindu studies, Buddhist studies as well as the Jain studies under the School of Sanskrit and Indic Studies? This is Jawaharlal Nehru University. What is the main objective of Ministry of Education AICTE Investor Network recently seen in the news? Main objective is to strengthen the support ecosystem for edutech innovators. Recently, a rainwater harvesting project in which state uncovered megalithic urn burials. This is Kerala. Which organization developed the Kavach system recently seen in the news? It was developed by RDSO, Research Design and Standards Organization. Recently, which state government has approved a bill that mandates reservation for locals in the private sector? It is Karnataka. Which state has recently become the first state to implement the Unified Pension Scheme? So the first state to do so is Maharashtra. Okay. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. I hope you have liked it. Also, if you found that my speed was little fast during the session, you can always reduce it by using the YouTube playback speed feature. Okay. So now at last, I'd like to give you some homework, and today the homework is related to your reports and indices. Here on the screen you can see 7 questions. I'm sure now at this point of time we have revised these questions many a times, so I'm sure you're well familiar with these questions. So please try to answer these questions in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers. And now before concluding, let me again remind you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. So if you want the PDF of the lecture, you can subscribe to that course by paying a very nominal fees. Okay. So now we will be meeting tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nusahat Sana signing off.